So the pain started really while I was playing basketball, one I play every week during lunch on Wednesdays, and I was playing with a group of guys about my age, and as I was just running down the court and made a sudden move, I felt something slip in my back and kind of pulled up and had to step out of the game for a few minutes. And next morning when I woke up, I really almost could not get out of bed. I had a pain that was radiating really through my bottom all the way down to my calf, down to my leg. It was very, very difficult to stand up. When I went to go get in the shower, to stand in the shower, I couldn't stand up. I had to go back and sit on the floor. I kind of wrestled around on the floor, rolled around a little bit, couldn't figure out what was going on. I assumed that it was probably related to the slippage that I felt in my back when I made that move.
I started having excruciating pain from my lower back that radiated down my left leg, and it shot down to the bottom of my foot. It was a burning sensation and also a numbness that I experienced with this pain. To cope with the pain, I started off with prescribed muscle relaxant and ibuprofen. I progressed to the Tylenol with codeine and Vicodin, none of which helped.
I was pregnant with twins, and I had a lot of lower back pain, including muscle spasms. After a while, the pain progressed and started shooting down the back of my right leg. It was a burning pain that went all the way down to the back of my knee. I went to see a spinal surgeon, and she told me that the only thing that was going to fix my condition was to have surgery. But what we could do in the meantime until I was ready for such a big step was to have the epidural steroid injections. So I had to have 2 of them because the first one didn't relieve the pain, and the second one relieved it briefly, but then when it came back worse than before I ever even had them. The thing that I was scared about with the surgery was the procedure itself, because I had never had a major surgery like that, and it really not working. But the main fear that I had was, I'm a mom and I can't afford to be out of commission for as long as it would take me to heal after such a big procedure.
Non-surgical spinal decompression, more commonly known as spinal decompression, is a proven form of treatment that has helped thousands of people suffering from chronic lower back and neck pain finally get relief and return to their normal activities of daily life. Often, people with these problems are told that there are only 3 options. Option 1, they can get steroid injections, which are a short-term solution. Option 2, they can take medications to hide the pain and deal with the many side effects. Or option 3, they can go under the knife and get surgery. Well, I'm here today to tell you about a way that can give you long-lasting relief without subjecting your body to potentially harmful medications or a risky surgery. Before we go into the details about the treatment, first let me start with an explanation of how the spine works so you can get a better understanding of the underlying causes of back and neck pain, which will help you make a more informed decision regarding your care. There are 24 bones in the spine called vertebrae. In between these bones are discs that provide cushioning and flexibility to the spine. Together, these structures provide protection and support for your spinal cord and the nerves that come off of it, which supply every cell in your body. Whenever an injury occurs, the bones or the disc may get damaged and place pressure on the nerves. This is called a bulging or herniated disc. When this happens, you can feel intense pain in the region and sometimes numbness in pins and needles, weakness, or shooting pain down the arms or legs. How spinal decompression works is by specifically targeting the damaged disc and gently lengthening and decompressing the spine. This creates a negative pressure vacuum that not only relieves the pressure on the disc, but also withdraws the herniation and repositions it back into place. Important nutrients and fluids then flow into the disc, creating an optimized healing environment. When you come into our office, we will sit down with you to discuss your unwanted health problem. We will then perform a thorough orthopedic and neurologic examination before deciding on taking advanced imaging. After going over the results of your examination, with you in detail, we will discuss whether or not you are a good candidate for spinal decompression. So what makes a patient a good candidate? Well, the research states that non-surgical spinal decompression can provide relief for those suffering from chronic neck or lower back pain, herniated or bulging disc, degenerated disc, sciatica, post-surgical pain, Facet syndrome, spinal stenosis, pain that goes into the arms or legs, or if you've been told that surgery is an option. If we found out that spinal decompression is an option for you, we can begin a program immediately. Prior to treatment for the lower back, a pelvic and chest harness will be comfortably fitted to your body. As the machine starts, you will feel a slow, gentle pull on your lower body, which results in a subtle lengthening of your spine as the vertebra and disc get decompressed and pressure is removed from the nerves. This process is so relaxing that it is not uncommon for patients to fall asleep during their treatment. For treatment of the neck, the patient lies down on the treatment table with their head placed on a cushioned headrest. An angle of pull is very lightly applied to a specific area that is damaged.
So when I came in for the spinal decompression, they brought me in and laid me down on the table and strapped me to the machine. And I found that the treatment was very relaxing during the treatment itself. It was a slight just kind of pulling on the lower body, and I felt some relief in there during the treatment. In fact, several times during the treatment, I actually took a little nap, went to sleep, that it was just so relaxing and so relieving to be there during the treatment. Certainly in the following days after that, I was able to feel relief as well.
When they told me that the spinal decompression machine would be part of my treatment, I was a little apprehensive because of what the machine would do, which was stretch my spine, and that was intimidating to me. But once I got on the machine and was strapped in and the machine started pulling, it was actually a relaxing experience.
I find the spinal decompression treatments to be very relaxing. I'm very comfortable while I'm laying there.
The first thing patients want to know is if and when they will get better. Some patients reported having a significant reduction in pain in just the first treatment. Most others experience pain relief within the first 2 weeks. In our office, patients typically are pain-free at around the 12th to 15th visit. The important thing to remember is that being out of pain does not necessarily mean a full recovery has been achieved. Completing your treatment regimen is the most effective method of achieving a complete recovery. There are going to be a very minimal amount of patients that end up requiring surgery, but for the vast majority of people, spinal decompression is highly successful.
By the second or third treatment, I was starting to feel some of the pain recede. I was not feeling the pain as long as I was feeling before in the mornings, and it was not as severe. Probably by the 10th to 12th treatment, I felt like the pain had almost gone away. It was probably a 1 to 2 on a scale of 10, and probably only felt that for 10 to 20 minutes in the morning. By the 14th or 15th visit, pain was completely gone. I felt like at that point I was completely cured of all the pain that I had before. Before the treatment, I really couldn't stand or walk for more than 5 or 10 minutes at a time, so that really prevented me from any kind of activity such as walking, running, playing basketball, playing golf, anything that required me to be on my feet for any length of time. Now that the treatment is over, I can resume all my normal activities. I've been walking, I've been playing basketball, I'm able to get on the floor and play with my kids, even able to sleep in the bed all night. There was a number of nights that I was in so much pain that it actually felt better to lay on the floor. Now I can sleep on my own bed at night as well as do all the sporting and family activities that I like to do before I felt all the pain.
After my second treatment is when I noticed a significant improvement in the pain behind my knee. but I really started to feel better and actually pain-free after my 9th treatment on the spinal decompression machine. After my spinal decompression treatment, I'm able to walk, sleep through the night comfortably, and I'm back to my normal activity level that I had before my injury.
I started feeling relief after the 2nd visit, and by the 10th visit I was almost fully pain-free. After only a month and a half of spinal decompression treatments, I am able to sleep soundly at night. I don't have pain waking me up. I'm able to carry the twins without any pain. I'm able to play with all 3 of my children, and I can just do my day-to-day activities. I work full-time. I'm able to work without any pain and do everything I need to do around the house.